We back.
It's all good. But I was very, very proud to see you on the bike. Look at you making progress so quick.
Yeah, I don't know if I was supposed to do that.
I don't think you were. JJ just had a knee replacement like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And you on a bike already?
On the bike. I had to, I got to get out, man. I got to do something. I can't just sit in the house and just rest my knee. I got to go try it out.
Oh, it wasn't a stationary bike. You actually was outside.
See, that's the thing. The stationary bike in physical therapy, they had me like like I was on it twice. And the first time I couldn't get them full rotations, so they just had me rocking. And then on the second time they had me, and I was just like, man, let me just try it. Bow. And then they once you go, they like, all right, let's go. And I'm like, all right. And I was just rotating for the last 3 minutes. And then I got home. I was like, man, let's see if it's real. And then I was just on the bike, just in the parking lot going back and forth. So I'm like, yeah, give me another month.
Leash, I want to do the bike. I want to do the bike run that they do with the guy that came to the field day. He was telling us about. I want to check that out one day.
There's one on the 21st. I don't know if I'll send you the information. There's one on the 21st. So in the morning, they do a bike ride from like 8 to 10. And then they grill food from like 10 to 6 by the beach. I'm like, that's
lit.
That's a win.
I'll be there at 10.
Whatever.
Yeah. You ride bikes, Holiday?
I got to get a bike, but I definitely want to ride bikes.
Man, it's definitely, man, you should get on, man. I recommend it for everybody, man.
Yeah, you need to connect to a Wi-Fi. How many miles have you rode? What's the most?
In the 2 summers that I rode, I probably like 2,500. Yeah.
They do like 20 miles a day.
Yeah.
This bike ride, they do like 20 miles, man.
It's a good exercise, man. It's peaceful. Ain't nobody messing with you. And it's just all, you can get your thoughts out. You can get your frustrations out. You can go hard for 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get something out and chill and coast and look at the scenery, man. It's good.
Yeah. I got to try it out, man.
Where is this?
Andy's wondering, is there a bike ride from Denver to Dallas?
Oh, he's starting early.
Hey, no, but they do, they do 24-hour rides, yo. And I'm talking about they putting it in, like they getting in 24 hours on the bike.
24 hours.
24 hours. Yes, and that's just riding time. So, and it'd be like they take 30 minutes or an hour to eat and stuff like that, and then they ride. They trying to get 24 hours in of riding time, bro. It's crazy. Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna have to tell us more about that because I got to get in shape and bought a bike. Haven't really used it, but we're gonna talk about best practices in just a moment. But it's Wednesday. You know what that means. We're back with the fellas for another session of He Motions. We just built this platform so that fellas have a safe space to share their thoughts, to get things off their chest, to also let us know as ladies what we can do to better the relationships with ourselves and others, and them included. So I am with Chris, JJ, Mark, and Holiday. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Back again.
What's going? Hey, listeners, how y'all doing?
Y'all see how cold JJ looks? He up there so shivering. If you're joined in the chat, you know what to do. This is an interactive session. You are very much a part of this conversation. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We know folks is virtual now, so they moving around. You might have been in Tampa last week, but this week you in LA. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We can't wait to connect with you. And because last week was so intense with audience ask anything, we brought it back for round 2. Y'all ready?
Run it back. Let's go.
Let's get ready to rumble.
I know, right? Let's get ready to rumble. As a matter of fact, listen, we already have someone in the chat lined up for y'all. They was not playing, so we gonna let them in.
What? They ready. Oh, man. They ready.
Yeah, they ready. Erica,
I'm ready.
Welcome. Andy, what's up? Veronica, welcome. I'm gonna throw in the chat the link in the event any of you brave souls want to jump in and ask the guys a question. Andy, I'm gonna get to your question in just a moment, but I don't want to keep who is waiting in the waiting room much longer, so I'm gonna bring them on. Y'all give a warm welcome for whoever's next. Look, who is up? We have Kay. Hey.
Microphone off.
Kay in the building.
Hi, good morning or good evening, everybody. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Hey, Kay.
And where you are tuning in from?
Broward.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I was with a group of friends and we had a question. So it's a consensus question. Why does it seem like in our community, especially Black men, don't seem to be ready for serious relationships until they are much older? 30s, 40s. Why do you guys think that is? Or am I wrong in assuming that to be true?
Ooh. Let me go with JJ because he has a stuck look on his face.
Man,
Go ahead,
I'm
Jay.
always first. Why I got to be first all the time? Why are we only ready? I feel like that's the norm. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, is we're more mature. You know, don't y'all want to mature, man? But it seems, don't y'all want to mature, man, or y'all want to keep dealing with little boy stuff at 23? You know what I'm saying? He's still trying to run around and happy and just happy he can do whatever he want to do. You know, when you get into your careers and you're more mature, you start taking care of you start, you know, you want that companionship a little bit. I feel like, you know, I mean, if you're 40 and still playing, is that attractive too?
No, not at all.
Can be.
Not at all. So, okay, question then. So, at this point, when men are more mature in their 40s, 30s, what type of women are they looking at that time? What age range? What type of women?
Can I add something on that first question before you jump to the second?
Yes.
I would like to add that I think it's people's perception to think that men are playing around or it takes older men, because there's been some younger men who've been ready at a very early age, and there's some young women who are not ready to get tied down. So I would ask you, how many men have you dealt with that you come to this conclusion?
Percentage. We ain't got to give out numbers.
Don't give out a number.
And this wasn't just a question that I had, so it was a consensus.
Yeah, it was a consensus.
A group of women. Why I brought the question, so not just necessarily me.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say to you, but I would just say, how many men between the group have you dealt with, and was it the men that you wanted that didn't want to be serious? And maybe the ones who wasn't so attractive that you're like, nah, not him. So did you have a selection of, so take this back to the group. Was there a selection of guys who you were looking to get serious? Like the guys who look like Chris, because Chris looked like he should be on GQ, right?
Oh, hell.
So was it those guys, or was it the guys that look like me? Like I work out of a hole in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? So
you bring up a very interesting point. So before I can answer that, I feel like I have to ask, what type of women are men in that age range, younger than 30s or in their early 30s, looking to get serious with? What do they normally look like?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me address the question first, the initial question, because the initial question is a very good question. I think that's a social stigma attached to it, in all fairness. That's why we have the term ball and chains. Is man have that, It's not woman. Women don't have that phrase. Men, the old ball and chains, because we were given the freedom to go out there and you know what I mean, hoe it out. We can go ahead and do it and just adventure and everything. You are not programmed that way. So we kind of program differently. And I don't think it's just black men, because not black men come up with old ball and chains thing. You know what I mean? It's white men. So I think it's just a social stigma attached to it. That's why men, it's not all men, like Mark is saying, you have a few, but generally speaking, I think that's the whole thing. It's just society and the programming. And it's like a folkway norm, you know?
If I can say something to that first question as well, I do feel like it is by experience. So what I mean by that is I've been through a situation where I was younger in my 20s and found myself getting into a relationship at an early age and not understanding what a relationship really was. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it does depend on the person that you're with, because the person that I was with gave me a perception of being in a committed relationship like it was almost like prison. You shouldn't go out. You shouldn't leave the house after a certain time. You should be in the house after a certain time. You shouldn't hang out with certain people. And for me, it left a bad taste in my mouth to the point to where it scared me away from relationships for a while. So at that point, I really was on my single A. I'm not trying to be, tied down. I think sometimes it does take for conversations to happen first and to see where a person's mindset is and what do they want out of their relationship, and to see if you guys actually do have that same, vision of what a relationship is, because it makes it work easier that way. But sometimes you're younger and you're feeling like, oh, a relationship is like the stepping stone to getting married. So at that point, when you're in that relationship, you need to move like you're married. But for some people, that looks like you have to really sacrifice and cut out a lot of things. And I feel like it shouldn't really be that way. It should just be more on building boundaries and learning those respect levels and learning each other to see what you like, what I like, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and not really trying to fully change a person, but you guys really coming together and seeing what really works for you. So that's why I think right now I'm more of an advocate of the wait till you're older campaign. You know what I mean? So you can really understand life first. Get out there, date around, meet different people, see how that feels first. And then, you'll really start to understand if that is something that you really want, because relationships do take work. Relationships do take sacrifice and compromise. And sometimes I honestly feel like JJ was saying earlier, at a younger age, the maturity level for men sometimes is not there to be ready for that full commitment. So you are kind of gambling with dice, getting into a serious relationship with somebody at that young of an age. You know what I mean?
And looking for a serious commitment.
Yeah.
But they'll have babies by them. Because if you look at the percentages, Black people lead in single parent homes by far. It's like 74% of single parent homes are led by Black mothers. And the next closest is Hispanics at like 58%.
I wonder why.
I know that that's a whole topic in itself.
Right.
But when you're thinking about like commitment, I remember when I first moved to Florida, I was getting invited to more baby showers than weddings, and I thought that was just really different from where I was coming from in Denver. Anyway, I'm not going to take that over. Katie, what else you want to ask them?
I think you guys gave some interesting responses. I could credit it like that. Maturity is important. Growing and understanding yourself in the relationship is important. I do feel like there is still, in our community, it feels like, and I'm not just saying it's a problem in our community, but the numbers, percentages are larger in our community, and where that lack of commitment happens. And then even when our men are ready to have a relationship, the people that they are then choosing to have that relationship with then leaves a set group of women out, right? So it's almost like Black women are everybody's last choice, including Black men at times. It's just an interesting thought. And then I guess my other portion of this is, we say a lot about like what we want, but just from your perspective, if you can give me two things one word each, right? So don't make it long, don't make it complicated.
Okay.
What do you need your woman to bring to the table? 2 things, 1 word each.
2 things. Respect.
And
2. Right. Respect and care.
Respect and care. Okay. I would love to hear from everybody.
Yeah, JJ, what you got?
I would say encouragement. You know what I'm saying? Encourage. You know what I'm saying? And being, especially like being a little urban, we've been beat down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us been beat down, like fighting. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get our stuff together. And by the time we, want to settle down, we need that encouragement. We need some. We don't need. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't depending on it, but we need that that encouragement. Like, come on, you got this. You know what I'm saying? You good. Keep doing what you're doing. We need that. You know what I'm saying? So be able to build me up. And also, I don't know, would care being under that? Because I feel like caring too, like care for me.
Okay.
Yeah, loving, nurturer, a nurturer. Be a woman, nurture. You know what I'm saying? Nurturer, yeah. So.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Mark, I don't know how you're gonna answer this without causing a conflict of interest.
With my Uber driver.
With your Uber driver.
Yeah, peace.
So, if you had asked me this 20 years ago, it would be different. But right now, to be a person with an open mind, and I'm gonna I know you said 2 words, but I'm in flexibility, meaning that they can be clean one moment and a thought the next. They can flex between whatever we're doing. They can flex between whatever social status we're running or whatever situation we run into. They can flex and deal with and not get overwhelmed. I need you to have some understanding and not get overwhelmed, not get take it too hard. Don't take life so serious. My second thing, so both of those be one. My second thing would be a love of Yahweh alone. My life right now is centered around my worshiping of my Heavenly Father, and that person have to be in that same thing. Sorry.
All right. Thanks, Mark. I think your connection went out, but I'm gonna jump to Holiday.
Loyalty. I definitely take loyalty over love. I think when someone's loyal to you, it just lasts a little longer, than love can sometimes. And they'll move accordingly with the loyalty as well. So for me, loyalty is one. And the other one is just be open. Be open to learning different things, man. Be open to understanding me, like Mark said, and the things that I go through as a Black man in this society, in this environment that we moving through. Like, be understanding to that and know that maybe sometimes my approach may not be the best approach, but it may be coming from a great place. It may be coming from a good place. So not jumping off the ledge or the deep end or going from 0 to 100, but trying to be more understanding to the situations that we're faced with daily. And be open to trying different things, new adventures. Keep that spice. Stay open. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need that. Keep that spice. Stay spicy.
Be a mind reader. Okay.
Oh yeah.
They already think they are. That's a different topic though.
Thank you guys. Those are great answers. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
Okay, Katie, thank you so much for joining us. Great questions she had.
Appreciate you, Katie.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you.
All right, let's we got a couple in the waiting room. Let's bring on the one and only.
Yo.
What's up, Andy?
Yo, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
All right.
Good. Well, go on.
Doing
well.
Just
another Wednesday night. You know what Wednesday means? Fuck the Cowboys. Anyway. So I just wanted to put that out there. I had a question. So, fellas, like I've done this before, and like we all are two different people, right? It's like we're one person we need to be in this world, but we all got a dark side. How do you all feel? Like, do you all ever let your lady actually see both sides of you? Because like I've had that situation where it's like, what are you thinking? And I say, you sure you really want to know? Like what I'm actually thinking on a day-to-day basis? And they're like, no, I want to be connected. And then you say it, and they're like, that's what you think? And I'm like, what do you think I was thinking? Like, these are actually my thoughts. Like, how deep do you actually let your lady in? That's my question.
Ooh. I'm going to go in reverse. Jay, you got time on this one. I'm going to go to Holiday first.
All right, so I was gonna say something about them Dolphins, but I'm gonna keep the peace today. You see what this says right here? Well, the acronym stands for. This stands for be a good person. I'm gonna be a good person. All right,
Don't do it.
I'm not gonna do it. So, how much should you let your lady in on who you really are? All the way, to be honest. And we're talking about your lady, your wife, that ride, that number one, the main. We're not talking about just a side piece, whatever the case is.
No, I got no side pieces, bro. Definitely only one.
The wife.
One steed.
You gotta let her all the way in. You gotta let her know who you are fully. No secrets, 100%. She gotta know if you got savage in you, let her know that. Because the thing about it is, when we first date, and we always provide them with the representative, right? The best version of ourselves. That's who they see in the beginning. And then it always takes for a situation to happen, something to pop off, and things go array. And now they're like, who is this person? I didn't know this was you as well. Like, no, that's a part of me. I just don't like this part of me. Or I don't want people to see this side of me. Some of the things that I might like, or some of the things I might, you got to let them know, man. Be open and let them know what you're thinking, and just let them know that, listen, I know how to control it sometimes. Yeah, because sometimes it's beyond us. But definitely I agree, man, with keep it 100, man. Let them know your full authentic self, all the goods and the not so goods and the crazies. I know you got a couple, Andy, so yeah. Full disclaimers up front. I got some bodies buried in Arizona. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that, okay? That's past me. I'm past that life.
Mark.
Man.
I kind of agree with the Holiday thing. If you need to, as far as your mannerism and attributes, they need to know how you operate up under pressure. Because I know before I get serious with anyone, I need to see you go through some fire. I need to know what am I going to be dealing with when the rent ain't come in or something is happening. I need to know how are you going to deal with it. I don't need to find out 3 years down the road when something break off, you around here pulling knives at the cabinet and like where did this person come from? So I need to, and I also need you to understand how I react in certain situations. Now, as far as how I react to in certain situations, I think we both need to know how are we going to affect each other. Now, I don't agree with telling you everything that has happened in my past. Some of the stuff that I've buried for a reason, not to resurrect. So I don't agree that they need to know everything about me in my past, but you need to know what type of person I am, what my likes, dislikes, what motivates me, what demotivates me. You need to know all that, and I need to know that about you.
All right. So before we go to Chris and JJ, let me check in with you, Streeter. What's your thoughts?
No, this is good advice. My buddy in the car here keep giving me the funny. I just cracking the hell up here in this conversation. But no, I think that I get it. But so I'll take this with a grain of salt. So one of my closest friends in life, one time I asked him, I said, "You ever wonder if people think what you're thinking?" And then I told him what I was thinking, and he was like, "Don't ever tell anybody else what you're actually thinking." Right? So I feel like, for me personally, like I have like a very active mind, and it runs all kinds of different scenarios. And I find myself, I'm like, sometimes I think things. I'm not crazy or nothing, But I definitely know that my thought process tends to stray from the mean significantly, and it's difficult for people to understand. Like I can be like a husband and a father, and also have some deviant ass thoughts too. Like I can be one and the same. You know, like there's a good balance there. So like what? That's why I'm like, do you really let them all the way in? Because sometimes maybe you're the only person that really understands why you have to think the way you think.
Okay, let me go to JJ and then Chris to share their response.
Now, I would agree. I would agree with my man right there, man. As far as like, my mind does run in different ways, and I would have like 30 different scenarios on one situation. So something's gonna happen within them 30, and I'm calm. And you looking at me like, why are you so calm? I played this out already. We good, so we gonna navigate through that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think that it's a comedian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the comedian brain working like that. But I feel like, as far as there's some stuff that just has to come out like in circumstance. You know what I mean? Because there've been situations where somebody tried to walk in the house, or the door flew open. Like we laying on the living room, passed out. The door flew open, and I just immediately reacted, like, you know what I'm saying, like on the protective side. And I just can't tell you I'm a savage. I don't want you to bring that out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to bring the savage out. It has to be circumstantial, you know? And as far as like past stuff, what Mark said, I feel like that even might be circumstantial, or we might talk about it and how I evolved from that, you know? But when do you really be open with a person? Are they really going to try you? You know, are they gonna take it for granted? Like if Dorene came in and you pulling knives out on me, do I gotta, like, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's gonna get crazy. Like I don't know. How much do you tell a person before they like, no, I'm good? Like, oh, you good? That like hurts me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm giving you some chance. I'm good. I'm not saying that this is controlling my life, but you gonna dog me for something that happened in the past? Like, you gonna you know? That's messed up. I thought we was being open. We gonna communicate about this, you know. So how much do you really share with a person? Because I can understand how you might want to hide some things from people, you know, because they will change. And if we trying to work things out, we came to that agreement, and something came up. Let's talk about it again. That's what being open minded. Like be open minded. I'm still the guy that you say you want to be with. So let's figure it out.
All right, Chris.
I mean, I've been told, even at the job when I used to work, that I have no filter. So, I mean, they're gonna get it, but I'm not sure what we're talking about. We're talking about secrets because, you know, Mark getting a little Victorian me there, you know. So I'm not sure if you talk about secrets or what I'm thinking about now.
No, so like I'm not talking about secrets. I'm talking about like what I'm actually thinking.
Thinking in real time, right?
Yeah. So like, let's say like you're like, oh, like you want me to be super open with you, right? And we're in a moment, like we're out, and you're like, what are you thinking? Like I want to have that conversation with you, like I'm your best friend. And I'm like, you don't want to know what I say to my best friend right now. Like some chick walks by, like, you don't want to know that. You don't want to know what I'm actually thinking right now. Right? But then you're like, oh, but I want to feel like connected to you in that way. And I'm like, nah, you don't want to be connected in that way. That's not going to be good for any of us.
Listen, I don't know that sharing all ideas is a good idea, because you could be in a moment of just a moment. And if you share that, like some people could have a permanent thought about you off of a temporary situation.
Right.
I don't know. You didn't ask me though. Chris, go ahead and finish out
your I'll just say whatever. And you know what I mean? If I find somebody, even if I'm out, I believe this, and this is what I believe. If I'm out with my woman, right? I'm not gonna pretend that I don't see attractive women. All right. I'm gonna let you know. All right, this girl look good, right? Just like the girl can say, oh, that guy's cute. You're supposed to be real, because you can't tell me you walk all this time you're with me and you don't see anybody. that's attractive. That's a red flag for me.
Well,
but
no,
I mean, as far as what I'm thinking, most of the time I should be able to tell you, and we should be secure and cool that way. But I don't know how dark Andy get, you know. But
he's as
dark and JJ, but right now, you know what I mean. But it all depends. And like Erica said, some people not really ready. Can you handle the truth?
Right.
You know what I mean? Can you really handle the truth? Because some people not ready. And even if you say, okay, I'm going to be open with you, right? Are you ready if it's vice versa? Because now you're being open with her. Hey. Now she said, okay, hey. And are you ready for that too? That's what I'm saying. So it goes both ways.
But see, I think thoughts and personality is different, right? So you can let her know what type of person you are or the different personalities you may have or had in the past. But as far as all your thoughts, no, of course not, because you could be at home and she trying on a dress or something. She's gonna be like, honey, I look good. And your mouth is gonna say, yeah, you look real good. In your mind, you might be like, yeah, babe, after that baby, that little weight got that dress not fitting as it used to. You're not gonna come out and tell her that because you're trying to be open and you want her to know all your feelings. No, shut up. You look good, baby. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I like how that's sitting on you. You know what I'm saying? So,
nah, Holiday. I'm telling her.
They take
I'm telling her, Holiday.
I agree. I tell you what, guys. I agree with Andrew is saying. I mean, there's to me, it's some thoughts, Andrew, that I just don't. I don't want to hear every thought in Cassandra's mind. I don't, and because I'm not going to share every thought because my mind go places where it probably shouldn't be. You know, I remember driving, especially out in California, and you're driving on the side of a mountain. I'd be like, man, I wonder what it'd be like if I just ran off the side of this mountain, head down into this ring. That's probably not the thing somebody, your significant other, want to hear you thinking about. Like, do I need to get out the car now? So those are just some things. I think it's just some things that they're just thoughts, and it could be misleading to. Why would you be thinking that? Like, and like you were saying, or Chris, like you were saying, thinking about, looking at somebody walking by is one thing. But now, do you really want to express what you was thinking about? Yeah, I mean, do you really want? I don't think you really want to know what I was thinking about. Like, me and Cassandra have a relationship where, hell, we both be looking at somebody. She's like, oh, look at that, blah blah blah. We're comfortable with that, but you don't want to know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And I don't want to know. Yeah, I don't want to know what you're thinking when you see somebody. I don't want to know. So, like Chris was saying, are you ready to handle what they were thinking?
Yeah.
So we share enough.
And us men we can't really handle it. The women could handle it better.
I don't know about that.
Right. Now, trust me. Yeah. Women could even handle cheating better than
Alicia?
men.
Alicia, you want to speak for the woman?
No.
Right. But are thoughts cheating?
No, I don't think thoughts are cheating, because if thoughts are cheating, everybody's cheating. Okay.
I don't think thoughts are cheating. So why do I have to tell you all my thoughts?
Right. Yeah, because I think here's the reason I asked that is because one of my boys, he had a situation and he saw this chick and he texted me. He's like, yo, I'm out with my wife and I saw this lady who was so fine. I'd eat the corn in her shit. And I was like, that's the most disgusting thing I heard in my life. But how fine is this chick for you to even have that thought? So if your wife's like, I want to hear what you thinking, how would he tell his wife I'd eat the corn in her shit? Like, that's some crazy ass shit. But it's stream of consciousness,
Yeah, man. That's not reality though. Thoughts aren't reality. So you could be living in a whole nother world in your mind. You could live on that earth, that world by yourself, brother.
Yeah, because you gonna remember that you told her she looked fat in that dress.
Right.
Now you cheating.
Oh yeah, Chris gonna be in the doghouse all week, man.
And Chris will straight tell her, I got you a membership to the gym.
Exactly. I'm taking her to the gym. That's right. Now let me tell you something. If I got a booger in my nose, I want her to tell me. Tell me the truth.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't want you go out looking bad. I don't want you going anywhere and you look popped down. And the same thing, vice versa for me. Don't look at me and just because you don't want to tell me, Chris, you look whack. You know? Let me know. So
Chris,
I look good.
would you want to know the sexual thoughts she has about another guy that walks past? Would you want to know that?
It depends on
I don't need to know that.
It would not. It would depend on what, Chris.
Oh, all right then. So I don't need to answer because you're answering from.
Sometimes we already know because they be saying something.
Right.
Look at oh, look at Jeezy. Yeah, I know what you thinking right now. You'll let him take you down if he was in front of you. I know what you're thinking, but all that is not reality, so I'm not tripping off of that.
Mary said, you heard what Mary said, right?
Mary says it's all about the delivery.
So how you gonna deliver that, Mary? Bring Mary on. I want to hear how Mary delivers that one.
Mary, if you up for it, we put the link in the chat if you want to come join the fellas. But
Andrew, but I would say that it should be. Oh, he gone. All right. I would say on that though, it should be more things you share with them than things you don't.
Look, Mark trying to clean it up now.
But seriously, if you got more thoughts that you keeping to yourself than you stand with them, now that's a problem.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
But
that's true.
Cassandra knows she don't want to know what's going on up in here.
I just feel like, I feel in reality, man. I'm gonna tell you about real life things that may have happened or what I'm doing or feeling. But if it's not reality, I ain't got to tell you every thought I have. You know, that's different. I might be dreaming about something, and you want me to wake up and tell you that crazy dream I just had. You probably do want me to tell you, but 9 out of 10, I'm probably not.
I don't think I want to know.
Got to keep the peace.
It depends. I'm telling you this. It depends on the couple. Someone said, I forget who it was. Know your partner.
I used to call
right? Like know your audience. You must know your partner. Because some people, remember this, you have couples that are swingers.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think they do?
Thy partner. Somebody said know thy partner.
Yep, know thy partner.
Yeah.
Swingers then. Yeah, well, let's go to this Jeezy concert. And get backstage pass it.
Mary cleared up because she don't want to come on. You heard what she said?
They're calling you scary. I'm not gonna let them do that to you, okay? Don't be calling Mary scary, okay?
I'll leave Mary alone.
But why you rhyming? Mary scary.
We got someone else.
We in there?
Got someone else waiting. Let me bring her on. So yes, Andy jumped off before we could even thank him for joining on. So thank you, Andy. Great question too, by the way.
Big up, Andy. Big up.
Yeah.
We got Erica coming to the stage. Hey, Erica.
Erica and the Biddy. What's up, E?
Unmute you. Go ahead and unmute. She was waiting for a while, y'all. So, and then Mary says, don't come for her, Chris. Because she will log on right here and let you know.
I'm not.
Hey, Erica. We still can't hear you, girl. Let's see.
A minute vanilla.
I read them lips, though.
He said Millie Vanilli. Let me see.
Hey, Erica. Erica, we can't hear you.
Are you on your phone? Is your volume up?
We working with you because you waited.
She was waiting for. Let me see.
Hey, Erica. She's frozen. Erica, we can't hear you.
Are you on your phone?
Oh, at least.
Are you watching? Hold on, let me remove her and then
put her back.
Yeah. So Erica, I'm gonna remove you. Make sure you're not watching anywhere else. So it's not an echo. And then I'm gonna add you back on. Can't hear you now. No.
No.
Did you click on the Yeah,
she unmuted.
You got to click on accept microphone or something. So I'm a.
Oh, in the beginning, yeah.
Let me kick you out. And then hopefully you're still listening and join back in. So never kicked anyone out before. Hopefully it ain't permanent. But yes. So while I have you guys and while we're waiting on Erica, I had a question submitted that someone would like to ask you guys. So if a woman sleeps with you on the first date, is she considered a thought or a hoe? Mark, I'll go with you first.
No.
That's
nope.
it?
Nope. That's it. No.
Okay.
Nothing else to add to that. She is not a thought. She is not a hoe.
And you would still consider her for like seriously dating, or would you think she was just that?
I would, it would raise a yellow flag, not a red flag, but it would definitely be some things after that would lead me to see, is this something she always do, or what's going on? I think I'm slick enough to know if this is if you're a thought and just out there trying to get yours, or maybe we just connected like that.
Okay. I see that Erica's back in the chat. I'm gonna pause on you guys to see if it's working now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, welcome.
Finally.
Lord, thank you.
Welcome, and thank you for your patience.
I appreciate it. No, you guys are week after week. I enjoy all the open dialogue. This is really nice.
Oh, thank you.
Really?
So
absolutely. Y'all suck at taking compliments. Y'all hear how dry y'all were? Like, oh yeah.
At least
thank you.
Didn't, like, refuse the compliment. Not like
I said thank you. Appreciate you.
You honestly gay about it.
All right.
So, I'm trying to figure out which question I want to ask. So if you think about all the stereotypical male complaints about women, like I ask her what she wants for dinner, she don't know. I order food, she don't want to eat hers, like she want mine. Like she can't ever be on time. Just anything general. Some of those are very shallow, but any of those kind of repetitive, overlapping complaints. Has there ever been a point in your life where something happened and it changed your perspective a little bit on one of, like, something personally that you experienced, to kind of bring you to a little bit of a larger or a closer understanding of why women do certain things? Like, what was the catalyst to that, and like how much did your perspective change?
Chris, you want to take that one first?
Erica throwing out haymakers.
Yeah, that's
right.
Sure.
Damn.
If
you
this calls for because this calls for recollection.
Right.
So I gotta recall a time when I had some kind of epiphany, and I know I had.
Will it help if I give you like a little bit of an example from my
Thank
friend?
you.
Okay, so I was speaking with a man, and I am a very talkative person. If I tell you a story, I more than likely will tell you like where people were standing. I'll use props I'm a detailed person, and I will ramble if I don't watch myself. And I was speaking with a man, and he was someone who was very simplistic. Like, he spoke to the point and didn't use any more words than necessary. And we were going out one day, and he asked me if I was hungry. And in a split second, I thought of all sorts of a whole paragraph to say, and I had to stop. And I said, "This man asked you a yes or no question." I was like, "Yes." And then he said, and his response, I knew then, had I answered what I initially thought, I'm like, I would have been so, and I would have said a bunch of things that had nothing to do with what that man asked me. And it's just, I don't know, it's something small that I recently saw. And it's just, just something different. We think we're just speaking our feelings and speaking what's on our mind and stuff. And I think sometimes you guys get like frustrated because I go on and you just ask me a yes or no question.
I've had that, because I think most women are like that. Sometimes you come through the door and it's like a parakeet, you can't even get a chance to, relax. They're telling you how the day go. But as I matured, it bothered me less and less. You understand? Because there's a balance there. In retrospect, when I look, I'm like, okay, so she was talkative, but she was a good woman. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, I have to wait out like that. And then, now if I'm with someone that's talkative like that, it's fine. I have more tolerance. My tolerance level is higher.
I do like the self-assessing that you did though in the moment, because you could have went on with the paragraph, but you realize, let me address his style too, which is simplistic and to the point. So I do think it's like a balancing act of the two. But anyway, JJ.
I mean, the way the way I understood the question was, are we having conversation? So if you know something more about someone, then that's how you more understand why they the way they act. You know what I'm saying? So you can this is what happened in her life. Like, just watch it.
Your phone breaking up, Jay.
My phone breaking up. Can y'all hear me? Do you hear me?
Yeah,
we hear you now.
All right, I had to take it off this daggone charger. I was saying was the way I understand her question was, like if you understand someone and why they, let's see, why don't they, somebody can be real clingy, you know what I'm saying? But that's because they lost their mom, their father, their brothers, and they don't want to lose you either. So when you know that and you understand that, you gotta have some kind of compassion towards that. Like, damn, she's always clingy, but I understand why she's clingy. She don't want to. She's not really trying to be just clingy. She's actually because it's traumatic experiences. I think that's just how I understood her question. If I'm taking it right, I don't know if I understood it.
Yeah, and it's a way to look at it, but it's still like you said, I can look at you as clingy, or I can kind of get to the root of why you're doing and get to understand who you are and why you do the things you do.
Yeah, that's all. That's how I would understand it. And if you don't understand that to somebody's, and you like the person and you really understand that person, it's not really she's being clingy. You know what I'm saying? She just having some issues.
And sometimes, Erica, it's coming from the other person. What I was saying before is, a lot of times we're not coming from a place of love. If you come from a place of love, instead of being judgmental, right? If you come from a place of being love, I find that you more, you tolerate stuff more. You don't look at it as annoying, right? You look at it like, okay, you know what I mean? There she goes, she cute. Look at her cute with it. She talking a lot. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't have that true love expressing inside, and it's something you have to deal with in yourself to sometimes. That's what I realize. So sometimes it's not just you because you talk a lot. Sometimes that person gets annoyed easily, right? Because they judgy. And I'm guilty of that. But I find that when you renew your mind and you start to come from a place of love, stuff bother you less. You could see somebody right there being an ass all day, but yet the friend is just there taking it because it's coming from a place of love.
All right, Mark.
I want to make sure also we did understand the question, because I think we're taking her example. She was giving an example, and I think what I understood, and tell me if I'm correct, Erica, you were saying about a stereotype that we had towards women, that somehow in our life or our experience we've had an epiphany or something has caused us to look at that and have a different perception on it.
Yes.
So I would say that experience and maturity, because growing up and also opening yourself up to other environments. For example, living there in Broward County in Lauderhill, if that's the only place you've ever been and experienced, and just the people who live in that general area, and I'm not trying to generalize everybody, but pretty much people who live together kind of have the same mindset for the most part. And if that's the only people you've ever been around and never been exposed to anything different, then you're always going to think, oh, all black women just want blah, 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 because that's all you've ever seen. If your family is a single mother family and your dad is, no show dad, then all black men are da, 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 da. So if you don't get out and experience different cultures, travel, and get out different places, and then maturity along with you experiencing those different places, your perception of those stereotypes will never change and will never grow. So I think JJ was just saying about you just getting out, experiencing different people, and as you grow, you start learning. Oh, all people are not like this. That's why one of my pet peeves, and I think the guys probably picked up on it. Whenever people say all black men or all black women, or the majority of black men, a majority of black women. It's like, can you really make that assumption when you've never traveled outside of Broward County and never been anywhere else? So those are the things that I say will make you, Chris was saying, have an epiphany, like, man, all people are not like this. I always think about Richard Pryor and Malcolm X. When Malcolm X went over to when he traveled to Africa, and Richard Pryor traveled to Africa, and Richard Pryor said he can't use the word nigger ever again, because when he went to Africa, it was just a totally different vibe of black people. So again, until you mature and experience and expose yourself to different environments, you will not grow out of that stereotype.
All right. Holiday.
I'm sorry, and before we move to holiday, Mark, do you have any like specific times in your life that you could recall that epiphany occurred?
I couldn't say specifically, but I definitely know that the mark at 21, after I had kids and traveled to different places, I started having different, like I'll tell you, when I had the chance to go up to the Northeast. Matter of fact, when I went off to college, Norfolk State up in the Northeast, and hung around people up in the Northeast area. Not generalizing, but those were some of the more intelligent black people I've ever met when I went up to the Northeast, in the New York area, Philadelphia area. I'm like, man, these guys got their stuff together. I met guys in college who was, seniors, and they're getting ready to graduate. And you seeing how they carry themselves, how they articulate it. And I'm coming from, Fort Lauderdale, 23rd Lane. I went to Ely High School. And I'm not saying there was no black people that didn't act that way, but for the majority of the black people I hung around, we were just, knucklehead. So when I went off to college, and you started seeing that the majority of the people you hung around was actually knowledgeable. They're speaking on their future, what they want to, what they're looking to do in life. And I'm like, man, okay, this is different. And even the women carried themselves differently. The women up in the Northeast, for the most part, they wear natural hair. When I was in college back in '86, they didn't have all the weave and the wig. Everybody, it was short cuts that was more common up in the Northeast. So you're like, oh, all black women don't put on, wear weave and wigs. They do like their natural hair. But I went to HBCU. So again, those type of exposures led me to know that, okay, everybody don't have that mindset. Different people, different places.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna jump to holiday.
Well, I first want to say, well said, Mark, man. I like that. For me, Erica, I really got to say, like, that used to irk me. Based on the examples, like, that was like one of my pet peeves. Like, For me to ask you what you wanted to eat, you didn't know. Where did you want to go? You didn't know. Like that really did something to me. And even you guys love to take pictures, you know, and want to take 1,000 pictures and take one more for me. This one ain't come out right. I used to hate that. And I used to just be like, man, can you come on? Can you hurry up? So for me, the epiphany happened when I started actually seeking therapy and learning about myself and where did that come from. And for me, I always dealt with impatience. I was always a very impatient person. You know, I didn't want to wait for anything. So I was always quick to, can you hurry up and make up your mind? Can you hurry up? But what I had to learn was my reactions to this spirit that I had on me of impatience, was it doing more harm than good? And when I really thought back and thought on how I treated people or the way I approached situations based on my impatience, it was doing more harm. So for me, it was more finding out more about myself, learning about myself and learning how could I have handled that situation differently? How could I approach that situation differently? Moving forward, it actually did help because now, instead of me asking you, okay, what do you want to eat? And me throwing out 10 different locations. You want to go here, 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 and your mind is all over the place and you really don't know. I narrow it down to 2 places and give you those options. Now, when you want to take those 1,000 pictures, I get into it and I become your photographer and I make it fun and exciting. You know what I mean? To where it's not like another one, because all I was doing was I'm hurting the person that I'm with. This is the person that I'm calling myself supposed to love, but this is how I'm treating you. I'm trying to tell you to hurry up, or here we go again. You never can make up your mind, or you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna order from here, and you just gonna eat whatever I order. Like that wasn't the energy I should have been putting out into the world. So the epiphany for me was I had to learn about myself to be able to make those changes and to be able to move forward and handle situations differently, and it helped a lot. Yeah, sitting in somebody's red couch.
But you know, hey, listen, listen, Holiday. You should say that because this is not a relation. Well, my daughter, she's here, right? So last night she was like, "Dad, I'm hungry. I just eat some curry chicken, right? Probably about half an hour before, right?" And then she was like, "Dad, I'm hungry. You want something to eat?" And I was like, "You know what? Yeah, why not? Right? I'm just being greedy. What do you want?" I said, "I don't know. Whatever you're getting." "I don't know." So it turned into me deciding what we're going to eat, and I'm not even hungry. But before, I would probably bark at her, "What the hell, whatever. But no. I just found it cute, and I just laughed. Even when she was getting mad. "Oh, my God." You know? So I had to decide where to go. And she's a hungry one. But I'm just saying it would have been different back then how I dealt with it with now. I'm coming from a place of I should have put in understanding in there, right? Since Holiday brought that up, right? But it come from a place of love and understanding.
That's exactly what it is. It got to come from a place of love.
Right.
Yeah. And my responses weren't coming from a place of love at first.
No.
I was just reacting.
You're just annoyed.
In a negative manner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So really people got to really understand. Find themselves first. Learn yourself first. And really start to try to make those changes because it does help.
What a good question, Erica.
Yeah, great question. Can I call you E? I like E better. Can I call you E?
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
E,
whatever, Holiday.
For the fellas?
Whatever.
Say that again.
Did you have another question for the fellas?
I do, but I don't want to hog the video, so I'm gonna let you make that call.
Let me see if anyone is in the. We don't have anyone in the waiting room as of now, so you're good. Okay. But can I also just give a shout out to Mary, who is holding it down in the chat? Like it's like she's on the panel because her thoughts and her contributions have been so on point. Chandra, Jamila, Destiny, MD. Thank you guys for the additional dialogue because it's really adding some flavor to this. But what you got next, E?
Okay, I definitely so I watched the video that you guys did from last week, and there was some conversation about what caliber of restaurant to choose on dates and spending different money and surrounding that conversation, right? So I just want to make sure that I get, because listen, look, the Lord's still working on me, and it's not a short question, okay?
This girl took notes, y'all. I know that's right.
I did. All right, so in the scope of financial situation, right? There's broke and there's balling and there's the men in between. Okay. So from a man's perspective, from all your personal opinions, describe the profile and like characteristics of the men who should not be dismissed just because they cannot take me to the Maldives. The guys like, you can't like judge a man by, this, that, and the other, he's trying, that kind of thing. So who's that guy that shouldn't be dismissed? How would you say that we should look for that guy? And then what was it? Yes. What was your advice to us? Like basically how to weed him out? How do I know when he just broke and his car's in the shop?
Oh yeah.
And when maybe a keeper.
Well, I believe I've seen something from experience, not me, not in my life, but somebody else, right? Over time. I've seen something reveal. I think a trying man. It's a roller coaster in life. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, right? And I know what you're saying. How can I discern whether this man is always like that? But if the man is a trying man, you will see it. The actions will be there. If it's just words, then you know I'm full of it. But what I've seen before is I've seen a woman, she really loved the guy, but the guy's trying. Him don't have all this money yet. You know what I mean? He's taking the bus, him taking taxi, and building himself up. They were young. She can't deal with that. You understand what I'm saying? Hang on the bus, whatever. So she move on, right, to guys that's balling, selling drugs, blah, blah, blah. So she move on to this guy. Fast forward, this guy is in prison. The guy that she left, that he was torn up, broken up about it. This guy went on to be so successful with so much money, and it's legit. It's not. And she trying to get back to him, and it was too late. But most women that I notice, they just want this status and this thing over everything else, and it's peer pressure. But to answer your question or to discern, for me, is you watch what people say and you watch what they do. Actions speak louder than words.
And I like and I think a lot of people kind of amend you on that. The key word there was actions.
Yeah.
And I will add a bit of a caveat. This isn't like someone that I've known for maybe like weeks, months. I'm saying beginning signs that y'all think we need to be looking for up front.
Yeah.
To know whether he's really about it or not.
Right. JJ.
Wait,
I believe last week somebody was taking somebody out to the gyro spot just to test her to see if so we out here testing people.
I think that was me.
Probably was.
But hey man, that street food be banging, man. Y'all tripping. That be better than restaurants for real. You want some
gyro too?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like for real, like honestly, I feel like I'm one of them dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a comedian. I'm 6 years in. I'm getting like, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to get real good at it. You know, my situation, my living, and all of what I have ain't really, it's not like the glorious situation. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that I am doing, I'm consistently working on my craft and getting better, right? And I know it's gonna pop later. So we looking for, and I feel like if we down like that, we looking for somebody that's true. You ain't just, you really want to, but some people only can handle you when you down. And then when I start to grow, you know, you feel like I'm gonna leave you when I get big. Now we ain't gonna work out. It's lopsided now. You know what I'm saying? So are you true to me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm true to you, you got to be true to me. You know, it's gonna come back. I don't know when it's gonna pop, but it's getting. You know, my journey. Like I'm at that phase where I need to. I'm growing thick skin because everything is nut. It's like I feel like I'm ready to go, but I'm not getting what I need. You know what I'm saying? Because my skin has to get thicker for when I do pop. And then I need that skin. So my situation is almost like bare. Like I'm like stressing out. Like I need to go find a job, but I can't find just any job that's gonna, you know, contradict with all my works that I've been putting in the comedy game. So what you want? Like I gotta go work the register at a little clothing store real quick because it's 8 to noon. That's what I can do right now. I got to get on my right. Can you accept that little bit of money? I don't have it. You know what I'm saying? But when we make it, it's gonna be all good. But you got to be true to me though. If I don't feel like you true to me, it's not gonna work.
Man,
I'm looking for something too.
We almost need that in writing nowadays because you know when folks get on, they do what? They trade that for.
but that's what y'all flip up, man. Y'all flip up on us because y'all thinking now, oh, he got all this. I ain't nothing no more. What's wrong with? I'm saying I want somebody to be true to me. I want a woman. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
But if you ain't showing no trueness and you just want it for the glory, you definitely ain't gonna get it when when I'm popping. I don't do that groupie stuff.
Right.
You know? That's just that ain't nothing serious.
So you want to build with them. You want them in the trenches with you to build with. And
but the trenches, man, is like I play football too. So the trenches, like the trenches is the trenches down here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I have like a different mentality. You know, so the trend, like you got to really want to go through this. Yeah. Because I'm not happy about it. I'm fighting because I want to just go get a job so I can go take somebody out and go buy some shoes real quick and look glad. I'm tired of looking like the way I'm looking too. But I gotta stay true. Yeah. You feel me? Because I ain't gonna make it if I do that. If I get distracted, and I can, you know what I'm saying? But you can't get distracted with me. We both, and I ain't producing nothing. Now I'm no good. And deservingly, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't producing like I was.
MD says when you go into a first date thinking about financials versus a bond, it's all bad. Like it's bad already.
Yeah, but what? So all right. So, but why? So why the man have to pay all the time? Why?
The man doesn't have to pay all the time.
Doesn't have to.
You don't have to pay.
We're.
But we pay.
Listen, and I'll speak for myself.
Where is this?
Okay.
And we still got Charles and I think might answer, but go ahead.
I don't know. I can't speak for nobody else. It's nice when a man pays, but I'm not gonna go to the restaurant without my wallet. That's what I mean. It's nice. I'll file it away if you paid, but you just met me. I just met you. I don't expect you to invest loads of dollars into. I like legit. Like if I don't know. And so I'm saying like I'm first meeting you. We can go get some coffee or maybe some appetizers. I don't know if I want to spend a whole meal with you. Why would I don't know. I think it's a little presumptuous to ask somebody on a first date, especially on a first date, to just pay. Like how many times over and over and over is a man supposed to do that and not feel used? First date after first date after first date after first date, $100 here, $200 there. Like how often are you supposed to do it before you start feeling used? So I don't want that. I want your time.
Time is money too. We paying.
Destiny said, I think whoever asks should do the treating.
Yeah, but do you know? All right. So you guys, your world is so small, and Erica, I believe you. I actually believe you. But the majority of women out there, that's not the deal, and we know it. You're gonna pay, and you're gonna, even if it's more than once, you're gonna pay, you're gonna pay, you're gonna pay, and then they're looking to see where you're taking them and what level of restaurants you're taking me to, right? So, I mean, this is what I know for the most part. I'm not saying every woman, but this is the general consensus. Women don't really. This is why you have this guy soaring. We were talking about this earlier. What name? Kevin Samuels. This is why this guy is soaring, because women don't want to bring any value into the relationship besides the vagina. The vagina is everything. You understand? And then you must bring everything. You must do this. You must hop, skip. You must dance for me. You must do all this stuff for me. And all I'm bringing is vagina. I'm not really bringing anything else. And you must bring all this stuff.
You're doing a lot of all women kind of talk.
He is doing a lot of all women.
I didn't say all women. I just said.
But you're saying our circle.
General. You see, the thing is, you must pick up for women. You can't be picking up for hoes all the time.
We're out here. Just like we have complaints about genuine men who aren't just trying to get in our pants, that are trying to build something with us, that are trying to connect with us, and we're all trying to find each other. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that all women don't do it and all women do it. I'm saying that we're out here, just like there are good men out there, and there's just it's hard to find a jewel in a dumpster dive. That's all.
I almost want to throw back a comment that Mark made to a previous guest earlier when he says, what about the chick that's interested in you? Are you even giving her the time of day, right? So he was asking Kay if she's overlooking a potential, maybe because the way he looks or the way, maybe how old he is or his behavior, whatever, but disregarding a possibility because of how they look. So to Destiny's point, are you going after a certain type, Chris? Because your scenarios can be repetitive, which means you're going after
a certain type.
A certain type.
No, but listen to me. I just made an example. I said you have a dude that is soaring on social media. Kevin Samuels, there's a reason why he's soaring. It's not because I'm delusional, and most women are not like that. He has women come on his show talking this very same thing, and he's asking them, okay, so you want a man with 6 figures, you want a man with this, you want a man with that, and I want a man with this, and I want. But what are you bringing? What are you bringing to the table besides vagina? And a lot of women are equating their vagina to things.
Agreed. I'm not discounting.
Yeah, no.
Right? I didn't say I didn't say Erica, and I didn't say your friends. I'm talking about most women. When I say most men are jankro, I don't hear no. You're like, yes. When I say most women do this stuff, all of a sudden it's
Chris, the women that are calling in to Kevin Samuels, there's women that's the women that are doing that. Like there's a lot of women that are not calling in. They don't even know who Kevin Samuels is. They don't even mess with. They don't like Kevin Samuels though, because I feel like I have women pay for me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't paying for every day. You know, so I don't run into a lot. I mean, the women that I'm not looking for a woman that look, you know, my situation. I don't want no woman that expects me to pay for anything. I mean, not all the time, but you know what I'm saying. Like just off the top, you know what I'm saying. Like she's willing to like pay for a bill or something like that. Because before we go out on the date, I'm gonna let you know. Look, this is my situation. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do. Come on to a comedy show. So let you know, you gonna laugh. You hear everybody laughing. Oh, he must be rich. I told you my situation. You know what I'm saying? Because they think I'm just up there laughing. I'm making hella money. No. You feel me? So come to a comedy show. This is what I'm doing. I'm gonna bring you into my world. You know what I'm saying? So you have some kind of like, oh damn, he's good. You know what I'm saying? So there is some kind of he is working. You know what I'm saying? So, but now I can get the tip. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? Is you when you told me what you can do, first of all, you laid with your situation.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you was like, well, I can get the tip. Like, you doing what you can do. I can't expect you to be anywhere you're not at right at this moment.
I want to know his success rate.
All that's honest. And if a woman comes to you, I'm just saying that there are certain women that want to be treated and want to be kept, and that's her business.
That's
all this kumbaya stuff. I want to know what's your success rate.
Chris, you also got to realize that the chicks that call Kevin Samuels is a type. Like that alone is a type.
I am saying it's for the most part. You even see women coming out. It's not just Kevin Samuels. It's women coming out on TikTok, Reels, echoing the same thing, that they are so self-centered and you must bring all this stuff to the table. And what are you bringing? I'm bringing my vagina. And then sometimes, hold up. Sometimes you're bringing your vagina like it's freaking platinum, and sometimes it's not even good. Okay?
I understand what you're saying, Chris. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I just want to know who hurt you so we can get you somebody else. That's now. I want to hear from Mark and Holly.
I'm good, Erica. I'm good.
We gotta hear from Mark and Mark. Chris,
I'm good.
This gives Chris a chance to get some water. Mark, come to you, and then Holiday, because Holiday, we can count on the two of y'all to level it out a little. Go ahead, Mark.
I think we're gonna get Chris in a serious psychiatry session, because Chris got some stuff he need to load off. Chris got some stuff he need to get off.
Dealing with Miami.
Damn, Mark. You driving the bus over me, Mark? Now you know what time it is? Okay.
Bro, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. I'm there for my brother.
Okay.
But Erica,
my goal is to get your perspective of where on that spectrum, like, you can be honest with yourselves as men and say, I probably need to, I'm just probably gonna get a lot of no's over here, but around here, if she turns me down, they just want too much, and they're not looking at me on the inside. Like, where along the lines, like, you got a boy and he's like, yo, I did, and you like, my dude, be for real though. Should you be dating right now? Like,
Erica, I have a question. So I'm gonna answer this with a question. You were saying about, was there any sign that a person that we could give you to denote if this person is serious or not? And I'll ask you and Alicia, and throw it to the group. Whatever person you was involved with, were there signs in the beginning that you saw that something was not right? Was there red flags in the beginning that you overlooked and you just decided to go forward anyway?
And that is, yes, absolutely, for myself. And I ask that because, again, I don't know any perception outside of my own, and that's what I'm asking you about, is that beginning phase. Whereas I like to get a man's story. I'll see where you at, and I'm like, I can see things on paper that I might not like, but I want to talk to you and see where you're at and where you think you're going, where you're trying to go. I want your story. I want to talk to you, and then, but I just feel like as women, either it's a lot of times it's polar opposite. Either I want you to treat me, I want to be kept, or I want to give you a chance, but that goes too far. I ignore the red flags, and then women get turned off to giving those guys a chance again. So yes, at the beginning, if I have ignored things, like, what would be like your advice to your daughter or your sister? Be like, if you see this at the beginning, like, don't even worry about it. And that's why I'm asking, because I have fallen prey to that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Then the reason why I said that, because, can you guys hear me? Because I'm hearing a lot of in and out.
I hear you. Oh, you ain't hearing.
Might be my phone.
You're good.
We hear you. Maybe there's.
Destiny says, I'm absolutely down to support a man who is working towards something, but sometimes you get into these cycles of supporting and then it just doesn't work out and you're left exhausted.
But hear this though. I know you're tired of hearing from me, but guess what? Guys have that assigned risk all the time. We help out women all the time. And guess what? They jump ship too.
True.
Okay.
That is absolutely true.
But for you guys, a little times you're gonna put up with something. It's oh my God. Okay? Men go through that all the time. Being used, all kind of stuff.
Chris,
so it's just an assigned risk.
Saying that we didn't do that to y'all too. I'm just saying.
No. It's a comment. I was addressing the comment. Not you, Erica. You're fine.
Holiday, I'm waiting for you to round this out.
Hey, hold on, Holiday, before you go out.
It's been real.
I'm sorry. I had bad connection. The only thing I want to say, Erica, and I don't know if you heard what my statement was that there's a point, I think, and if you look back, there's always red flags that come up to let you know that if this guy, a person is not doing, is not legit. Now I'm gonna throw this out to all you and the guys also. And Chris, you have a daughter. So I told my daughter, listen, now my daughter's a hustler. She has her 3 online businesses that she has going. They haven't started making any money yet, but she's a hustler and she's trying to do her thing. And so I said, Imani, if you meet someone, don't think that you can't say, hey, listen, I'm into you. I like you. I want to see what do we have. But I've been through guys who have led me astray, told me a story, and it came to be nothing. So if you are somebody who's trying to get your hustle on, or you got something going on, like JJ, he can show somebody his Instagram, his previous comedy skits. Show me, what are you doing? I don't want to hear about what you want to achieve in life. You're 27 years old. You should have some proof of what you've been doing. So what have you been doing? Show me something. And I told her, and I want to know, how do you guys feel about this? If you can't show me what you've been doing, then show what's in your bank account. Show me. I don't need to, just show me what's in your savings or your bank account. How much money do you have right now? You say you've been doing all this. Oh, I got this going. I got this business going. Or I do this. I know what so this is her. I know what I got going for myself, and I'm really feeling you. But I'm saying I've been through the ringer, and I'm not going through it no more. Show me what's in your bank account. If you can't show me anything else, show me what's in your bank account. Show me some proof. I need proof right now that you are going the way that you say you're going. I need some proof. So what do you say to that, Eric? And I want to hear from you other guys. What do you feel if a woman asks you that? Because she's been burnt so many times, how would you come off on that? And she's being sincere about it.
Sure.
Erica.
Oh, you asked me or you asked
Yeah,
that's everybody.
Ladies first.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard anybody give that advice, and it's very interesting. I might try it sometime. It's an honest, straightforward conversation. I don't want to be taken advantage of. I don't want my time wasted. I'm not judging you. I just want to see that you're putting forth work towards whatever goals you have. What are you doing? Not just wanting and wishing, but what are your actions? And is that what you're saying, right, Mark? If you can't show me that, then show me your bank account.
Exactly. And that goes back to what Chris was saying, actions. I hear you saying, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. Okay, so you're 28, you're 29, you're 30. What evidence have you had? Like I say, JJ can show us, man, look here. I got clips of me in the comments. I haven't hit it yet, but I see that JJ he's definitely doing what he says he's doing. He's hustling. He's out there. But if JJ say, oh, I'm a comedian, I'm doing this, I'm like, well, show me some skit. Show me something more. Oh, well, yeah, I haven't hit the club yet. Well, bro, how old are you? Well, I'm 31, 30. Oh, no. Yeah.
I wish I was 31.
Yeah. So anyway, that would be my advice.
No, I appreciate that, Mark. Thank you.
Well, I'm not showing you my bank account for sure.
Yeah.
But what I can tell you is straight up, which I have done, is, listen, this is how I am, and I don't have any song and dance for you. You're just gonna have to see. You understand? If you want song and dance, I don't have it. Right? So don't listen to the bunch of song and dances. See what he's doing, and you'll get a little time to see what he's doing if you're paying attention.
Okay.
Holiday, you've been so patient.
Quiet.
There's been a lot going on tonight, man. A lot of good conversation.
I don't even know if you took notes on what all to answer, but share your thoughts.
Nah, I mean, yeah, I listen to everyone, right? And a lot of great points, a lot of funny comments as well, man. But what I would say, E, and it's real simple at the end of the day, and this can tie in even to your question, Mark, is watch the intention. In the beginning, if you're really referring to in the beginning, what are the signs? Watch his intentions. Don't watch the money. Don't watch the materials. Because when you watch those things, it's going to lead you down a rabbit hole. All right. But watch his intentions on, is he showing you that he's interested? Does he want to take you out? Does he want to learn about you and who you are and the things that you have going on? Or does he just want you to come over after 11 o'clock at night? Or he only calls you late night to have these conversations? Or when you text him, he doesn't text back. You got to watch the intentions in the beginning. And if this is somebody that is really serious about you and you are telling him about maybe your aspirations or some of the goals you have or some of the things that you're going through, does he show support in that? Does he really hear you? Right? These are the intentions that you really want to see in the beginning, because you can meet a man that got money. You can meet a man that got the materials. But if he's telling you, I don't have the time for you because I'm always on the move, I'm always running, how's that going to work? Or if he's telling you, yeah, this is the only time I got, so you have to better take it, and it's 12 o'clock at night, you going to come through? I don't got time to take you out because I'm always on the move. Is that what you're looking for? So don't watch the money or the materials. You got to watch his intentions. Is he really interested? Is he really into you? And if he really is, guess what? He ain't going to have no problem showing you that bank account or them bank accounts. I see these things.
Sign on.
I might get used for real. But I'm an action person, so I lead with action. So if I'm interested,
I need to see.
I'm gonna really show it. I'm gonna really show it. You don't even got to see that because you're gonna see what I'm doing. And if I tell you that I got something going on, you're gonna see it too, because I move off of actions.
You see my bank account when you're my wife. And Mary, yes, some guys like to be used, but that's transactional because I've been there, because I'm using you back. It's transactional. But if it's supposed to be about love and stuff like that, that's different.
Attention and intentions. I felt like that needed like a poetic snap. How that was summed up nicely. I know Chris was hung up on bank account, but he was hung up on that thing.
Just to be clear,
but why am I show the bank account and you're not my wife?
You don't have to show the bank account. We just want to know that the actions and intentions are aligned, and you're not a sheep.
Yeah.
You're not a sheep, a wolf decked out in sheep clothing. That's it. That's really what we want to get to.
Watch his intention.
But and Erica, know this, and you all know this. If I'm really after you, I will work on you for 6 months. If I got other people out there, I will find out what it is you like, what it is you want, and I'll put in 6 months work if I think it's worth it, because you're not number one or number two or number three. You just one of the few. So and that's why I always tell my nieces, don't tell a man what you're looking for. Let him show you who he is. But once when you tell me, oh, I want a man that do this and do that, and then you try to ask me, what do? Oh, I do this and do that. Oh, you do? Yep. I like a man that take me to a nice restaurant. If I got the money, the reserves, I'm going to take you, what's your nice restaurant? I'm going to go one layer up and just impress you. So I got the time. But like Holiday said, you have to be able to see through all of that. And you know what? I'm going to, what time do you have for me? Okay, boom. I'm gonna call you. Can you call me at 1? Can I call you at 1? Oh, I'm working. Really? So it's just gonna be some red flags that comes up that you're gonna have to say, okay, hold on. This either going too good, it's not going too good. What do I do? And then you make a decision on that.
But certain things, though, Mark, certain things, it's good to know, though, because certain things, like, for example, if I date a girl and she said, oh, my God, I like when guys open the door for me, right? I'm going to open the door, right? And then it can make me evolve. You see what I'm saying? At the same time, it depends on your intentions. You know what I mean? Because you can grow like that, increase your chivalry, stuff like that. But I'm not saying everything, but certain things, it's like sex. Sometimes you have to let them know what you want. You know what I mean? Or you should just sit there and just shoot in the dark all day long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm there with you, Chris, on certain things. And I just use those for examples. But don't start just laying out a laundry list of what you want. You got to wait to see, well, what is he going to show me? Like, and I'll use, for example, opening the door. That should have already happened, when you got in the car, right? But if you've gotten in the car 4 or 5 times, and now you tell him, oh, I like men to open the door, and all of a sudden he start opening the door, this might not, but you could evolve, like Chris was saying. I could say, you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe I have to add that now into my repertoire. Maybe I need to evolve into that person. But Erica, for you as a woman, that's a yellow flag. That's like, okay, maybe he's going to involve, or maybe he's just BSing me. But now you have something to kind of leverage yourself. Like, okay, let me throw another bait out there and see what happens. So as I tell my daughter and my nieces, you guys got to be a lot smarter and a lot more investigative than just giving up. Like, oh, I saw 2 or 3 things and I'm good. Like, no, especially if you got something to bring to the table.
Yeah, I appreciate somebody told me what they like. You know what I'm saying? If 3 months down the line, am I still doing that? I'm gonna fall off if that's not what I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you gonna see it either way. Even if you do tell me straight up, and I start doing it for 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna fall off. That's not what I do. So you already they gonna tell you what they're doing anyway. You just letting them know what you like.
Listen, women love a man that listens. Women love a man that's observant, man. So if you're listening and really wanting to know about them when they tell you certain things, you're going to find yourself acting on these things because you want her to know that you really was listening. She tell you that she likes certain songs, certain colors, certain flowers. You're going to make these things happen because you were listening. And it goes that much further to them because they're going to be like, wow, I appreciate that because you were listening to me. Oh, when I told you that weeks ago.
Let me take you out to eat. You know what I'm saying? Let me treat you.
Because I'm saying, if I told you my favorite fruit was gyros, you don't take me to Red Lobster. You take me to the gyro spot.
Yeah, man, shoot, I'd rather eat soup out of bag.
Fried gizzards and it's iced tea.
And gizzards.
Man, you gotta be careful.
She allergic to seafood. Why you taking her to Red Lobster? Why you taking her to a seafood?
Right, you weren't listening. Yeah.
Y'all are a mess. Erica, thank you so much for joining us. You got some really good insights with your question.
Thank you, guys.
Erica coming in with a haymaker.
Wow, wow.
I got more. I'll be back next time.
Yeah, please.
Oh,
please.
Look, they got nervous. All right. So
who get nervous?
And that not you, Chris.
No.
But that
so who did get nervous?
You got nervous?
So to the question, Mark, I know you answered. I'm gonna throw it to the other guys. So if a woman sleeps with you on the first date, is she a hoe?
I was wondering where that question went.
Or do you think less of her?
I thought it went in the black hole and then you threw away the black hole.
I just set it on the shelf because I knew we had a guest waiting in the waiting room. But this is me pulling it off the shelf now.
All right. So my perspective is I won't say it's absolute that you're a hoe, but if I put it on the probability scale, yeah, because I don't me myself personally, and I'm a man, I get scared of anybody ready the first night. You're ready. No, there are circumstances where you might be drunk and stuff like that, but if I just met you and you're ready,
when you get finished,
the probability that you've done this before is high. You're too comfortable.
That's an interesting insight.
You understand? And I'm a man, and I'm like, whoa, because guess what? I don't want to catch nothing. I mean, you can't catch it. You can't catch something regardless. But I'm talking about from a probability perspective. You understand? I don't think I'm that good that I just woo you into the bedroom. Some guys delusional and they think that, oh, I'm doing that. No, you're not. She done that. You know what I mean? And then she might tell you, I've never done this before. Just like they tell you, oh, I've just been with 5 guys. And when you check it out, it's 50.
All right. So thank you, Chris.
Okay, you're welcome.
JJ.
Well, I love you, Chris.
I think the emotions can sway that way. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I feel like a woman, once she say she want to, she already made her mind up. She going to. If it's today, tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. So when she say she want it, she want it.
Is that true, lady? Let me throw it to the other ladies in the chat. Y'all speak up. Mary, Jamila, let me know. So when a girl thinks, or when she gives that eye contact, like you could get it. JJ, you saying it's a wrap from there?
It's a wrap. When she said, yeah, you can get it, it's on.
Yeah, but give me a chance to mess up.
That's what they wait.
I like the ones that go, all right, I would give it to him already, but let me give him a chance and see if he gonna mess up what he's gonna do. You see what I'm saying? And he just bam right away. I'm not saying every single one. I'm not saying it's absolute because stuff happens. But I'm just saying the probability, guys.
The probability.
She's waiting on you to mess up. You know what I'm saying? You picked her up, had a nice date. In the middle of that day, she says, I'm about to do this. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing you say is some old bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You don't kill the mood. You know, you didn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? You just being funny or whatever. You just killed the mood. But once she said and it keeps going like that, it's on.
So Jay, she is not a hoe for doing it the first night, or she is?
I feel like it's how you give it to me on the phone. No, you just did like I didn't even do nothing special. Like we wasn't even having no real conversation. We just was in a club talk. We both sweating, and you going home. That's a different one, man. But if we had like, let's link up, and we had a nice little date and all that, and then I think that's more of less hoish. But if we just came out the club like we was 23 and shit, and going to the car, and that goes to some hoes.
You taking it though? Oh, okay. What's next? Holiday.
Yeah, I want to hear a holiday say. Very interesting in this.
I'm gonna say, all right. Keep it 100.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no, but it does depend because sometimes that could just be the ending of a hell of a day. Think about it. Yeah, we met this day, but we could have met earlier that day, and we done talked and text throughout the day, and I done set up a awesome date for us, and we done went out, and we done had drinks, and we ate good, and I'm learning about you learning about me. It's a vibe. And we kick it somewhere else after partying, the vibe's still going. And then we just end the night. That's a hell of a day for me. She's not a hoe. That could be my future shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It depends because if that energy is like that, yeah, we're gonna still talk and we're gonna vibe the next day because it was amazing. But
I'm gonna see if it's real.
Club, and you've been drinking, and I just whisper something in your ear, I throw you, and I buy you a drink or something like that, and you ready to come home with me. Then I'm gonna have to question your decisions, but I still can't call you a hoe. I might just be delusional, like Chris said. I might feel like I just got that vibe, that swag. Like, yeah, she came home with me, but she might not do that with the next dude. So I can't really still say you're a hoe. You understand what I'm saying? So it does depend on the situation. Or think about it like this: what if I met you today, but you don't live here? What if you live somewhere else, but we talk for 2 weeks and then you end up flying back in, or I fly you back in, and the first day that you come back in town, we turn up. Does that make you a hoe?
No. That's different.
We had time to talk.
We're talking about
just the first time I'm meeting you, we still, you know what I mean? We have fun. So for me, I'm gonna say like we grown, baby. You know, do what your heart desires. You do what you feel. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody judge you, because if that's the case, I might have to be labeled. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like labels. Don't label me. I'm a free spirit.
Okay. Mark, you want to circle back around and say anything?
I mean, I already gave you my answer. No, because it's just, Chris said, you're delusional if you feel that way, but I'm delusional, Chris.
But I want to circle back, because what if you're not the only hell of a date she had? What if she had about 10 hell of a dates already?
That's
and she just
bomb
first time.
Having good experience.
I'm not asking about them 10 dates. I don't care. That's not on me. We grown.
Chris, you don't care about them 10 dates either.
We have Dexter Daps here.
I don't care about them 10 dates. I don't care about them 10 dates. I'm not asking you. Were you just on 10 days before me, and did you have sex? Like, I'm not doing that.
It could be 10.
I don't think no man is doing that. You know what I mean?
I don't think nobody's doing that.
And you know what?
Go ahead, Mark.
I got to tell you, and I'm on this same thing, that if as a man, if I had, met 10 women, or if a man meet 10 women, and I don't think he's out there being a player because he's knocking them off. Well, I mean, he might be looking for them. That feeling that, you all are vibing that night. And like Harley was saying, man, look at it. You grown. You're a grown woman. You know what you want. And this man you're jiving with, you feeling him, and you might want something to come of that, and nothing come of it. I don't think it makes you a hoe or a thought. Now, go back to what you all were saying before. What's your intention? Now, if your intention every weekend is I'm going to pick up somebody, then yeah, you need to be getting paid for your profession. But if you just out, hey, I met this guy, I was really feeling him, and we went home and had a great time, and I'm looking at, that we can kick it some more. I don't think that make you a hoe.
And not only that, but it ain't too many women out here that you're gonna meet that's in their 30s or their 40s that only been with one dude. So you that's delusional thinking, to think that I just met you and you either that pure or you only been with one guy your whole life. I'm a realist. So I don't care about your past. It's about what you got going right now, what you're doing right now, what I see in you right now. What representative are you showing me of you? You know what I mean? That's what I go off of.
I was really referring to not the past, how many women you have, how many first night. The first time you met somebody and they gave you a hell of a date and you just slept with them. That's what I'm talking. I'm just talking about probabilities.
But would you think about that in the morning? Like after you had that hell of a date in the morning, is that going through your mind? Like, I wonder if she done had 10 other hell of a dates right before me. I'm not even thinking that. I'm like,
I think Chris would actually.
What we going for?
Yeah, I do think that, because I get girl already where I just meet and then they're just trying to tongue me out, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't even know where you put your mouth yet. I don't know.
Well, let me kind of add.
None of those thoughts are in my mind.
So if you slept with a woman on the first date, can you still consider her seriously for a relationship?
I've been in a serious situation.
Okay.
I say for a while.
With somebody that it happened the first night. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say for a while.
Yes.
You know that, ladies, there's still hope to recover if you did.
That's happened to me before. Absolutely.
If you did come.
Always.
If you did, the first night.
I wasn't being absolute. I just said probability. I don't understand why nobody can understand the probability.
We understood the probability.
Oh, okay.
I like the word probability when you use it, Chris.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nah, I feel you though, Chris. I do.
Yeah.
No, but it's the words like I never did this before. That's what makes
that's
me
a lie.
Come on now.
They don't even
Come on,
say
man.
that to me. You don't gotta tell
just
me
go
nothing.
on with it. Just keep
Yeah,
on.
just
flowing with
just
you
go
know
with the flow. You don't gotta tell me
I
nothing.
don't usually do this. Okay.
Yes.
Meanwhile, they wipe their face.
Yeah, no, God. No,
this is my first time ever doing this.
Yeah, this is my first time.
I never do this.
I feel
never
so comfortable with you.
Man.
Yeah, I'm so comfortable. Yeah,
yeah,
on,
something you do to me. Yeah, right.
What do you mean? Yeah, right, Chris.
Hey, Chris, if they say that, if they say that, Chris, I'm gonna ride that wave to the beach. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But I'm gonna ride that wave onto the beach. I've never had nobody do this to me before. Oh, you haven't? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna question that motive right there.
Tonight, huh?
Yeah,
that one. That's what's up.
I'm taking that one.
Fellas, I kept you guys way too long tonight. I'm sorry, but I couldn't help it because the questions that we got asked tonight were some good ones. So we want to thank everyone who jumped on to just be with us tonight and to vibe with the questions and to just get a better understanding of how to do this better, right? But the chat, let me tell y'all something about these viewers, man. Y'all, even when I'm like not in the mood, like, oh Lord, the panel's later on today, like I can count on y'all to really just bring it. And I appreciate all of you guys for being a part of this discussion. Tune in. What is it? Subscribe, comment, share, whatever they say to do, because we're keeping this going. So appreciate you all. Fellas, what y'all want to say as we head out?
Ladies, y'all are not thoughts, y'all are not hoes. Live your life.
Queen.
Do what you want to do. You grown, baby. Hey.
All right, listen, I'm not gonna pander to anybody. I'm not saying it's absolute, but you got hoes in different area codes.
And they're male and female.
But this is, you all know it's both sides of it. You know what I'm saying?
They are male and female.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening in, and thanks you guys for calling in. Y'all was in there with some haymakers tonight. Y'all had us on, didn't have us on our heels, but you had us thinking.
Yeah, man.
I agree with Mark 100%.
It takes a brave soul to come on camera to
some good questions. Good questions. Eric have some good questions.
Yeah.
And Mary have some good comments, even though she kind of like, veer off sometimes.
Mary, you hear them talking about you? I'm not gonna let them come for you. Y'all leave Mary.
Scary Mary. Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, guys.